Today we are going to paint this beautiful scene, living with nature. This is how it looks finally. The same technique I've used to paint these two paintings also. So you can try these also. You can use any acrylic brand. I use Camlin. Flat brushes are my favorite. I use number 2, 8 and all. So right now I'm doing the basic sketch. Some distance mountains and their reflections. Can be snow mountains. The bigger one can be a snow one. There could be some trees and valleys. And this could be some landscape with a couple of houses and a tree. There could be a path also. Anyway, I've shown this the finished image in the left side. So you can do such sketching anyway. So over this we are going to use acrylic painting. The sketching will go away, but that gives a mental mapping to us. So it is better to sketch. So I've taken dark blue, light blue and a white. Dark blue is Prussian blue, and another blue is cerulean blue and white. So I use number 8 flat brush. Mixed white and the cerulean blue. So this mixture I'm applying in the lower part of the sky. Then little above I'm directly using the cerulean blue. And in the top I'm using the dark blue. So using 3 tones, this nicely gives the depth and the variation of the sky. So almost same thing we can use in the bottom also, below the mountain also. So I'm using stretched canvas, 10 inch by 12 inch. So I'm painting around the canvas also. So this is white plus blue is going over the mountain. As I said, these mountains disappear, but anyway, we know what to do. So this camera shows a little lighter. Actually in real it is little dark, this blue color. So you can see the image in the top left side. So that is the finished landscape image. We are working towards that. Make sure you have a nice blending between different layers, between different tones. So it has dried now. It takes some 10 minutes to dry, 5 minutes maybe. So now I'm using little smaller brush, maybe number 6. So I'm going to draw the clouds now. So making clouds is always fun and quite easy. So think about these bunches, kind of cotton bunches. So you can start with this, then probably later we can give some shading also to the bottom of the clouds. In the right side, we are going to have a snow mountain, taller one. So the left side, I'm planning these clouds. With the less water, directly you can use the white and you can plan. So the second time I'm keeping white only in the some top area where it could be brighter. Just planning a cloud in the right edge. Now this dark blue and white, I'm mixing it, trying to use that for some shadow for the cloud. So very little you can apply this mixture, dark blue, which is a Prussian blue, and white mixture you can apply. So almost no water or very less water can be used. We are going to make the mountains. I'm using dark blue plus white. So this is how it's going to look. So this is the base color for the mountain. So I'm filling the mountain with the base color. So after this, little later, we are going to make some white part of the mountain and some dark shadows. So these two mountains in the left are darker. They are little closer and they appear darker. So when you mix a dark blue plus white, have more of dark blue, then you get this lighter, the darker shade. So I'm doing some shadow now. I lost power at home in the studio. It's back. So being snow mountain, I'm just adding the snow. It's quite easy. So generally in bigger painting, people use palette knives to make the snow. So here I'm using brush and appropriate reflection also I'm making now. The reflection of anything has to be exactly below that. So you can try to achieve the size and shape a little bit. and make use of lot of horizontal lines. Okay, so mostly the blue component is done. Next we are planning for the tree, valley and the yellow plus green stuff. So I'm taking some green paints and yellow. So I've taken more yellow because we're going to use a lot of yellow. And some red. It's vermilion hue. And this is burnt umber, dark brown. So using number 6 flat brush, always have a cloth next to you and you can remove excess water with the cloth. This is yellow plus green. In acrylic you can apply twice to get the good strength of the color. So some distant landscape. So I'm going to make the trees out there. So I'm just first blocking with the yellow. Instead of using yellow directly, I'm mixing a little bit of white. So it gets better opaque. And thick. So before using the green and darker tones, I'm just blocking the area with yellow plus white. So it could be a colorful fall tree. So I'm just touching a little bit of red there. Now touching a little bit of green. So I've taken green, little bit I mixed with yellow also. So essentially these colors make the scene. So if you keep these colors in abstract, then that's going to look good. So now some darker shade I'm trying to create, dark brown plus green. I've used some dark brown plus green, so this is good enough. Now white plus yellow and working on the reflections. So you can take appropriate colors and gently make many horizontal lines for the reflections. Touch of red and this dark color also you can do. So I wanted to bring the feel of distant trees and a small landscape. So we could do it. Now this bigger area in the front, start with a mixture of yellow plus white. Then yellow plus white and yellow plus green also little bit I mixed, but I have not mixed properly. I just this is yellow plus some green there in the brush, so it is creating this kind. So this here in the bottom I'm applying just green. So you can try different layers, different colors for different layers. So here to the same mixture, yellow plus green or yellow plus red, I am mixing it. Okay, so now it all looks like different elements in the field. So later in the bottom I would use dark brown, as you see in the finished artwork. So some brown plus white I'm taking, so mostly white. I'm making this path. Now the background blue, somehow it is looking very bright. The cameras change the color of the blue. So generally cameras work well for the yellow and red colors, but not for the blue colors. Okay, so I'm going to build some houses here. So I'm starting with the white and blocking the area first. So these houses are going to have some red roofs, some red plus brown also you can use. So I could wait for the paint to dry, but so even before that I am trying to apply. So if that white mixes with red, it is okay for me. So I'm using the red right now. Okay, looks good for me. So anyway, I have the red color, so here I'm going to make a layer of red color, then some orange, some red flowers maybe. Now this yellow plus red I'm mixing, so it could create some oranges. White also I added so that it makes it quite bright. So now I've added some green also, yellow plus green. So I'm just making these strokes. Okay, now I'm taking brown, dark brown. I'm going to make many strokes in the bottom, as you see in the finished painting. Some reflections I could not control, so I need to plan to control next time maybe. So this brown, so I'm applying to the right also. So that's a red layer, and so you can follow so what is being done. So this is yellow plus white, no, green plus white, green plus lot of white. So I'm doing this layer with the green plus white. So it's a fairly simple and easy acrylic painting you can try. If you want to change the colors and make something different, so you are most welcome. So remember these complement colors and the lights and light and dark. So all that matters for a beautiful artwork. So yellow you can always mix with some white, so then it gets vibrant or strong. So I use yellow deep something. Yeah. So now I'm planning a tree near the house. So first I'm starting with this yellow or yellow plus green plus white. So after that, so green, I'm applying green directly. So the tree bunches also you can think like clouds. Now directly using some yellow. So that's it. So now this brown color I'm taking, dark brown. So maybe dark brown with some green. So making the trunk and the branches. So here on the right side, a nice area. So you can fill this area with a simple tree. Same steps you can follow. This is start with the yellow plus green plus white. Also using the same color for some bushes in the bottom. So applying some green directly for the depth and shadow. So every stroke in the tree can be like a leaf, This is some highlight. The camera shows everything very bright. So some shading with the brown I'm trying to do below the roof and between the houses. Could be some chimney or something. Some vertical lines and a dot in the top, and it will make it look like somebody standing there in front of the house. So again, a vertical line and a dot makes it some people are standing there. Somebody coming in the way. These lines give some darker lines like this, give some realistic feel and gives good depth for the image. So my cuckoo Cuckoo is going to stand there in the path and looking at the scene and looking at who is coming there. So I use a very thin brush, and it is tricky to use a very thin brush in acrylic. So you need to have appropriate water, very little water, and nice mixture. It should be in good consistency. Okay, so I'm Muralidharan Alagar, artist from Chennai. Hope you enjoyed painting this simple landscape. I take art classes also. My site is cuckoo.in, cuckoo.in. You can check out my artworks and my art class details. I take for kids sketching, oil pastels and watercolors and acrylics, mixed media. Okay, and even for the seniors, portrait drawings based on anatomy and dry pastels and all that. Hope to see you soon. Have a good time. And this is the finished artwork after the color correction. So kindly subscribe if you like this video. See you next time. Bye.